Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I had intended, after installing this Windows 7 virtual machine, to actually show you how to do a driver install and how to use your Windows updates and all that sort of stuff. We've actually run into an issue here though, where system recovery disk won't actually restore the Windows copy that I just Must just be building a list of files at the moment. That there is the state that it's accessing the hard drive, and it looks like it's gradually grinding to a halt. So I've actually just cancel this again and go for the Windows recovery. See if I could use the recovery console. What on earth is going on here? Refusing to shut down. Right. What do I do with this now? I see the name task. Oh, there we go. Why not? Okay. Let's try this with some last and Google and see how we go. Yes, we never do this. Let's try that. Oh, whoops. They don't want to be reading from CD this time, so I can examine the effect of those changes. Didn't do a lot. If I didn't have the Windows installed spread over 2 locations on the drive, it might have worked. Because it does seem to be pointing to the C drive, backup, and then the Windows folder. So it doesn't look like it's entirely failed. Looks like it's very possibly picked up the change in location and changed the boot settings accordingly so it could boot from the new location. Alright, command prompt. File not found. 2 program files x86 folders, 2 program files folders, 2 Windows folders. Not looking promising. I don't know how on earth Linux managed to pull that off. It actually shouldn't even be possible on a Windows partition. Hmm. In an earlier video, I mentioned how reading and writing to an NTFS or Windows partition has always been unreliable, even since the very first attempt in Debian back in 2006 or so. At the moment, you're actually seeing what sort of damage it does to the partition, to the way Windows needs to organize information on the hard drive. Without a partition table, or in other words, an index of what files are on the hard drive and what locations on the hard drive they are at, you won't be able to access any of the files, and you could very easily see unusual or weird effects like you just saw with having two Windows folders, two users folders, to practically every folder that was on there. And when something like that happens, you can only realistically hope that the data is still there and the actual partition table or index has been modified and has been corrupted. There we go, better. And there we go. Access denied. Pretty much what I expected to see out of the Windows Recovery Console, because like I explained earlier, it doesn't log on independently as its own operating system. It does try to log on to the copy of Windows that's actually on the disk, and it is therefore restricted by the security and user settings in that installed operating system. So that was the whole idea or intent behind using Knoppix or System Recovery CD to get around that limitation of Windows and to be able to move the files around as you see fit. Remind me, I should actually be putting into that now, not the Windows recovery environment. So I'm just going to put my Windows system recovery disk back in there. and here we have pretty much the same issue again. So there is the full extent or limitations, I guess, of using Linux to save your Windows install or partition. You really don't want to be modifying the contents of the hard drive at all if you can avoid it. Just use it to copy your data to another drive or a USB stick or burn it off. There are some CD burning utilities that come with System Recovery CD or Knockit, and it usually will have the right drivers and software installed for you to be able to browse the internet and say grab WinRAR or something else if you need to install some software or some drivers to be able to access your uh, hardware properly. As you can see, Linux is obviously quite competent at reading an NTFS partition going reasonably, I wouldn't say fast, but that's a reasonable speed. Or maybe not. Maybe it's something out from that as well. Hmm. can install Windows easy. Right. At least I have drivers for my network device, huh? It's just your standard Realtek gigabit LAN, so it's not exotic hardware. Like I each run SATA 3 controller, or sorry, SATA 6 gigabit controller that I failed to detect earlier. There we go. It would seem that 1 gigabyte is the amount of managed to actually copy, or move, sorry, from the backup folder back to the original location of the Windows folder before it failed. Now, there are some other very exotic options you can use if you wanted to really dedicate yourself and try and recover in an example like this. And from memory, one of them is actually a DOS floppy disk image, DOS floppy disk image, sorry, which is actually reported to work with NTFS partitions, so you can reportedly use it for your Windows install if you're running XP or later and you've had an NTFS partition created by default. I don't know where to get it from. It's been a long time since I've even tried to use it, so I would have to look into that some more before I go trying it. I might actually leave this virtual machine as is for a while and then install Windows 7 on the new virtual machine so I can continue with my tutorials and show you how to install your drivers and do your Windows update and all that sort of thing. I guess I'm done with this tutorial for now because that's the limit of what I can do with current software and just keep an eye on the channel, I guess. We'll get more videos up soon which will hopefully find a way to recover from this mess. Once again, your best bet is just to, if you can, physically take the hard drive out and put it in a working Windows machine and click and drag your files and folders from there that way. You could also, I guess, install Windows XP or 2000 or something along those lines on the USB stick or on a second hard drive, fit into that, and then modify this hard drive if you don't actually have a second computer. That is something I forgot to mention actually, is that you can quite easily do that. And quite a few small computer shops or privately owned computer shops will sell you a cheap, small, old SATA 1 or SATA 2 hard drive that's barely big enough to put Windows on there. So it may actually end up being your cheaper option. And that way too, you've also always got the option of booting into your second copy of Windows to recover your data if something goes wrong again. That said, good luck. Good luck to me as well. Looks like I'm going to need it for this one. And I'll get back to you later.